Well, good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Barony Hall. It's a magnificent and fitting venue for this very special day, a day which I have to say some of you have been waiting almost 2 years for. 2 years ago, the COVID-19 pandemic changed all of our lives, and it had a profound effect on the university. It changed the way we work, the way we teach and learn, and of course, it prevented us from celebrating your graduation in person. We've worked hard over the last 24 months to keep our Strathclyde community safe while continuing to deliver a high-quality education and student experience, and I've been hugely impressed by how our staff and students have responded and adapted. Now, with positive indications that we're coming out of the worst of the pandemic and with protection measures eased, we're delighted to be able to welcome you back in person to today's ceremony. Now, in a moment, we'll commence our special ceremony where our graduates will come up on stage where they will be capped, an ancient public rite of passage and mark of achievement, and a sign that you are part of a proud tradition stretching back to the Enlightenment when Strathclyde was founded. Once the ceremony is finished, you'll be invited to join us at a reception in our new learning and teaching building overlooking Rotten Row Gardens at the top of the hill here. But before we begin, let me say this to you. Please savor this moment. It's been a while coming. And to the families, friends, and supporters gathered here, don't be shy in showing your appreciation for our graduates, short of coming up onto the platform here, of course. Do enjoy the ceremony, which I now declare formally open. Well, thank you very much. I'd now like to invite Professor John Liggett to present to you our graduates.
My Lord and Chancellor, in the name of the University and by the authority of Senate, I present to you these students. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for Research in the Department of Mathematics and Statistics, Arij Abdullah Almanif. Russell Niven. Alison Heather Yorston. For the degree of Master of Science in Actuarial Science, Dina Masaid Alataibi. Fatima Miraji Al-Rashdi. Phoebe Muller-Erstego. Hamdallah Kahinde Uganleye. Serena Amy Sood. In Applied Statistics, Charles Martin Bray. Doigu Madenshi. In Applied Statistics in Health Sciences, Annie Elizabeth Wright. In Quantitative Finance, Mansoor Manaji Nasser Al-Rashdi. Theodore Ivanov. Nicholas Maroulis. For the degree of Master of Mathematics in Mathematics, Nathan Russell James Adams. Shannon Smith. In mathematics and statistics, Beth McDougall. Ross Brown McWilliam. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Michael Coleman Brown. David Foster. Neil Andrew William McCulloch. Matthew John Russell. Fergus Peter Geary Walker. Kalina Ann Hanvidge. Laura Marie Mills. Abdifatah Omar Mohammed. Melon Serdalili. Megan Juliet Sugden. Max James Dowie. Rachel Mackenzie. Riam Kazim Suleiman Al-Douli. Jennifer Ann Levick. Afaf Afzal. In mathematics and computer science, Christian Ferrick. Emily Joan Kilbride. Alexander Sally Odibat. In mathematics and physics, David Hara. Cameron Robert McCormick. Alice Chisholm. Courtney Jane Flower. Aidan James King. Amy Kate Nicholson. Lewis Coyne. Gemma Fleming. Nathan James Herd. In mathematics and statistics, Kate Binney. Rebecca Louise Corley. Liam Dillon. Olivia Gilmartin. Christina Krieger. Struan James Payton. Michelle Scott Robertson. Matthew Paul Tinney. Ruchen Wang. Lidan Zing. Millie Campbell. Louise Dunn. Megan Heggie. Matthew Douglas Jones. Ross May. Emily Jane McNabb. Blair Walker. Connor Watrant. Kirsty Helen Ratton. Isla MacDonald Gunn. Kira Ann Hegarty. Rachel Hughes. Antonia Jane O'Brien. Demetrius Pitsosnasis. Hai Ching Jessie Su. In mathematics with teaching, Stephen Dunseith. Liam Coyle. Alexandra MacLeod. Ellen Scott. In mathematics, statistics and accounting, Nicola Rose Anderson. Ewan Lindsay. Matthew William Nichols. Adam James Stinson. Tran Chin Wee. Alan Denham Woodhouse. Lisa Ann Cahoon. Natalie Gardiner. Mairead Haggerty. Kieran James Hill. Tony McGeechan. Ryan McParland. Alana Roddy. Teodora Julianova Petrova. Gavin Campbell. In mathematics, statistics and economics, Vary Louise Burnett. Anton Macaulay. Rory Joseph Brennan. Anthony Francis Campbell. Gavin Thomas Smith. Megan Susan Tetley. Joseph John Amos. Adam Lee Morris. In mathematics, statistics and finance, David Bull. Christophoros Christodoulides. Lucy Dunn. Morven Mary Galloway. Angela Kerr. Lewis McAlpine. Callum MacDonald. Claire Frances Martin. Ross McMath. Adam Neil Sinnott. Sarah Louise Spencer. Kendra Black. Kaylee Cassidy. Matthew Ian Thomas Erskine. Thomas Field. Umaima Hajiri Kasim. Ewan Andrew Reid. Jack Robertson. Jethier Cassiano. Petros Yosef. Dana O'Connor. Mohammed Marathi. In the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, for the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Scots and English Law, Matthew Boyle.
Well, let me once again welcome you to this special congregation. It's an unusual one because, of course, you've already received your degrees and graduated. We were determined to offer all of our graduates the chance to come back here when the opportunity arose to celebrate your achievement in front of your families, your friends, and your supporters, because it's undoubtedly the highlight in our academic calendar, and we could not let this go unacknowledged. We actually wrote to more than 8,500 of you, and we'll be welcoming around half of that number back to Glasgow from across Scotland, across the UK, and indeed across the world at 22 ceremonies. And I might say that you, the class of 2021, are particularly special in having faced the unique challenges brought about by the coronavirus pandemic. You've faced disruption to the way you've had to learn, to socialise, to sit for your exams, and you've got out into the world at a time of unprecedented challenges. But in the face of this, you've shown courage, determination, resilience, and adaptability. As you forge your new careers, the university's values of being ambitious, bold, innovative, collaborative, and people-oriented will stand you in good stead. In a short while, you'll be invited to join an academic procession when we leave the hall. This is a symbol that you're no longer students, but you're now full members of the academic community at Strathclyde, one that now numbers 175,000 across the world. And you'll follow in the footsteps of many graduates before, including illustrious alumni such as David Livingstone, John Logie Baird, Dame Elish Angiolini, Baroness Helen Liddell, Baroness Annabel Goldie, Sir Tom Hunter, to name just a few. Your friends, family and tutors here with you today are immensely proud of what you've achieved and will have confidence in and continue to support your future success. So let us show our appreciation with a collective round of applause for our alumni. I also know that throughout your academic careers, you will all have had the support and encouragement of your families, friends, supporters, and teachers. Many of them are here today, and I'm sure you're extremely grateful for their support. So let us take this opportunity to show our appreciation and gratitude with a round of applause. Thank you. Now, similarly, all of our graduates have been helped by our wonderful staff who've worked hard to provide you with a first-class education and outstanding student experience, and for whom your success is their reward. So graduates, please join me in showing your appreciation to them. Now, your success and our success as a university is due to the efforts of our staff who are delivering our vision of Strathclyde as a leading international technological university that's socially progressive and makes a positive difference to the lives of its students, to society, and to the world. Many of you, I know, are already pursuing careers or further studies that you've set your sights on, and I hope that the last year or two has been successful and productive time for you. We must acknowledge that you've graduated from university at a time when the world needs all the knowledge, skills, passion and commitment it can muster to tackle some very big challenges. This includes the climate emergency we're facing. As COP26 hosted in Glasgow showed us, urgent action is required, and global collaboration and inventiveness is a key to creating and implementing the solutions to this crisis. Our university is working across all of our faculties and disciplines to address the technological, scientific, economic, education and societal challenges we face to reduce our impact on the planet that sustains us. And realising these solutions forms the essence of Strathclyde's mission to make the world better educated, more prosperous, healthier, fair and secure, and to deliver against the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And you know, if the COVID-19 pandemic has shown us anything, it's the central and crucial role that science and universities play in helping to overcome challenges. It was science, working with researchers at universities, that delivered vaccines for COVID-19 in record time. And it's science and education that will help us address our other challenges too. Now, the Faculty of Science, of which you're members, has many achievements to be proud of, including Professor Chris Robertson, Mathematics and Statistics, who's a researcher with the EVE2 project, which uses anonymised linked patient data to track the COVID-19 pandemic and the vaccine rollout in real time. The project has extensively published research throughout the course of the pandemic. Professor Martin Dawson, Director of Research at Strathclyde's Institute of Photonics and head of the Fraunhofer Centre for Applied Photonics. He was named as a 2021 winner of the Global SSL Award for Outstanding Achievement by the International SSL, incidentally that's Solid State Lighting Alliance, called ISA. He received the International Award for his contribution to the field of micro-LED light-emitting diodes research. And research involving Strathclyde designed nanoparticles that can communicate with and slow the development of cancer cells. The study offers a novel framework for the potential development of drug-free cancer therapies. And Strathclyde is at the forefront of medicines manufacturing, innovation and technology, and founding partners in the Medicines Manufacturing Innovation Centre, which is due to open next year. Now, when former US President Barack Obama visited our campus in November last year, during his visit to COP26 of this week, his message to the waiting crowds was simple. As he paused on the steps of the Learning and Teaching building, which we're going up to shortly, he shouted, "Get active!" It was a rallying call that many of us can relate to, and one that encapsulates the can-do attitude of Strathclyde community. Strathclyde is an institution where freedom of thought is encouraged and valued, an institution exemplified by tolerance and inclusivity, one which seeks to play a significant role in shaping the world we live in through our teaching, research, and through you, our graduates. We hope you use the knowledge and wisdom you've gained at Strathclyde to play your part in bringing people together, to find common ground in our greater humanity, and to work together to build a brighter future, demonstrating Strathclyde's socially progressive values and ethos of tolerance, pluralism, and a desire to make a positive difference. And as Strathclyde graduates, you can champion knowledge, address social injustice, and question inappropriate behaviours and actions, including by those in authority, to help shape a better world. We hope that you will continue to stay in touch with us, to let us know how you're getting on, and to continue to contribute to Strathclyde, because it's through the involvement of our alumni that we can provide a first-class education student experience for you. So we now ask you to think of those who will follow. But you know, now is a time just to celebrate your achievements with your friends and your loved ones. So on behalf of the University of Strathclyde, congratulations again to each and every one of you. I wish you great success for the future. Thank you. I now formally declare this congregation closed. I would now like to invite you to join the academic procession and ask families and friends, please, to remain in the hall until the procession has left the building, and then join us up the hill here at the Learning and Teaching building for refreshments. Please be upstanding.